Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Oh no, XRP is back down to $3. Actually, it's under $3 at the moment. And Moon Lambo saying here, there goes my life-changing wealth. Nah, just kidding. This doesn't matter at all. All right, who's feeling the pain? Who's feeling the pressure now that XRP is down to $2.97 per coin? I know, guys, this is how the cookie crumbles. 2.9699, almost $2.97 per coin. XRP is holding support from back on August the 7th. So, guys, that's only 11 days ago. Let's not get too worried here. It was only the next day where XRP did catapult back up to $3.38. And, even if we do go back down in and around here, $2.73, so long as it is consistent with what the market is doing, we are still in good shape. This is the 1 hour chart for XRP. Let me throw that on the daily. So you guys can see here on the daily chart, guys, we're still holding up. And this is actually a microstructure. The macro structure is still looking like that is intact too. So, if we are to just look at it on the macro picture, if we are expecting XRP to catapult over the next several months, let's say longer time frame, 6 to 12 months, then we are still way above critical support down and around here in and around $1.61. So, guys, it's just a small blip on the radar. The structure is still intact, in my opinion. Rect Capital here saying at this moment in the cycle, Bitcoin started pullbacks in 2017 and 2021. In 2017, it was a 1 week retrace that was about 29% deep. In 2021, it was a 3 week retrace that was about 25% deep. Each of these were shallower and quicker compared to previous retraces in their respective cycles, and the shallow and quick nature of these retraces were key technical ingredients to predicting strong upside in the respective trends that followed. Should Bitcoin indeed start a retrace now, a shallower and quicker retrace would not just align with historical cycles, but it would represent key technical ingredients to setting up a strong final price discovery uptrend number 3. So Rect Capital here bringing up his chart. Remember, guys, these retraces are natural. So if we do, in fact, see Bitcoin retracing, let's bring up the Bitcoin chart because this is the king crypto. It is the cryptocurrency that acts as the index for the rest of the market. As he said back in 2017, we did see those retrace levels and then around here. We saw them in June, all right, about 40%. I just move that up there. Same with back in September of 2017, right before that blow off top. And guys, we could in fact see these retraces continue. This was the 29% one back in November of 2017 before we saw that final blow off top. 2021 was a little different, but we did see similar retraces back in January. That was a 30% retrace. This was a bit of an anomaly, I want to say, but other than that, we did see these retraces occur. There's another one over here, and that would have been roughly 23% before the final top for Bitcoin back in November of 2021. And maybe, guys, what we are seeing now are these retraces now extending out for longer periods of time. So this is a 32% retrace, but that is taking a significantly longer period of time than it did back then. Of course, these cycles are maturing. This retrace was over 2 months, about 2.5 months here. So, guys, gives you some perspective if you want more perspective on where I think the market's going to go. Because, the trends are kind of shifting a little bit. We need to keep up to date with what's happening in the now. You can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I have rolled back prices, only $5 a month for a limited time. But you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock in to that subscription price. The big thing for me personally is not round tripping my XRP like I did in 2021. I think a lot of us had these ideas of where the price was going to go, and we kind of stuck to our guns thinking, no, that was it. I know this time could be a little different, but I'm here to play both sides. I am going to be cashing out for profit, but we also don't want to miss the opportunity to sell XRP at extreme highs if in fact we do see an opportunity there. So you can follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. This is one of the other things that I personally am not doing because I've had bad experiences doing this. Johnny posting this, I've been pretty much all in XRP since 2021, but just lately I've had this gut feeling to put 50% of my XRP into Flare. I do already own Flare, but at 2.5 cents, the upside in the amount that you can buy being such a low price right now is actually quite mind-blowing. And Bull Run Dieppe here posting this, I think it was in relation to this original tweet. Well, he did actually comment on it, so I do think he's talking about him. I see people converting their XRP to Flare, hoping for a bigger upside with FLR. You can do whatever you want, but in my opinion, this strategy is almost like trying to time the market. There's a 50% chance that you're right and a 50% chance that you're wrong. So be careful, guys. Another reason why I started the Patreon, because I have experience doing this and I want to share that experience with you. So I don't know. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Put it down in the comment section. Are you guys rotating some of your XRP profits into other coins like Flare or I don't know, something else? Ethereum wasn't really rallying for a lot of this uptrend. And Stephen McClurg says, Bitcoin has a 50% shot at reaching $150,000 this year. He doesn't actually think Ethereum's going to make it past its all-time high. Listen to this.
I think there's greater than 50% chance that Bitcoin goes to 140 to 150 range this year. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum only because it is an older technology and there's a lot of other protocols that have come in that are faster, that are cheaper to transact, that are fundamentally more secure. And I think it had a great run over about a 5-year period, and now other protocols have taken over. So I do think it's outdated technology. A lot of the market is moving towards Ether because of the ETH ETFs, but I do expect it to wane and not see all-time highs.
So, that's a pretty bold statement. Let's just go back to Ethereum. Historically, it has marked, the run of altcoins, kind of the leader of the altcoins, so to speak, and it's actually gotten very close to its all-time high. This blue line here denotes Ethereum's all-time high. Now we're seeing Ethereum getting rejected, but not for the reason Stephen McClurg is stating there. I don't know, guys. Is Ethereum going to be able to surpass its all-time high? Another interesting question. Bank of America actually revealed some more information, guys. This courtesy of Michael Branch. Their survey reveals big money keeps dodging crypto. So apparently, even though we've been hearing that, the big money has been getting into crypto, the Bank of America survey polled 211 managers overseeing $504 billion in assets, suggesting that crypto allocations remain more symbolic than strategic. So that's an interesting metric. According to the August survey, an overwhelming majority of fund managers reported zero crypto exposure. Among the small fraction who do hold digital assets, the average allocation was just about 3.2% in their portfolios. Now, you got to remember this is just one major bank doing one survey with only 211 managers, so it's not a huge survey. Big money holding, up here, the average allocation dropped to only 0.3% when weighted across the entire survey group. According to ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, the participants, mostly institutional investors with minimal crypto exposure, 70% at zero, and an average of 3.2% allocation, may lack foresight. So his remarks are that they're not ready yet. Aren't these the same global managers who said they were selling America in Q1? Maybe they should start surveying people with better returns. So, this could be a skewed study. The lack of institutional conviction comes even as crypto adoption gains traction in the mainstream. And despite such developments, Bank of America found that only 9% of fund managers actually have structurally allocated to crypto, reflecting Wall Street's cautious stance. By contrast, equity sentiment improved notably in the survey. A net 14% of portfolio managers were overweight global equities compared to just 2% in the previous month. So maybe they already have their eyes on certain assets. Clearly, this Bank of America sample is not looking to get into crypto. Nevertheless, I don't think that speaks for the entire market, guys. I saw this from John Squire. The big shift is coming. Listen to this.
Trillions of dollars in assets under management, and registered reps all over the country, financial advisors, can now put people in Bitcoin. We knew it was going to make it go up. We knew the Trump administration was basically friendly to crypto. This was such an inevitable move. That's why it's gone higher now. That's probably why it's going to continue to go higher, because Bank of America, for example, the biggest bank, has not yet made that decision, and they are bound to.
So I guess you heard the end there.
Bank of America, for example, the biggest bank, has not yet made that decision, and they are bound to.
Bank of America has not decided to go in yet, but they're bound to eventually. So just kind of speaking towards this Bank of America survey, actually. So an interesting clip there. Wanted to thank John Squire for that. John Deaton posting an update on link 2. It is impossible to respond to every email or post, but yes, my office did send out emails. He was responding to Barbara Ellis Steele's tweet here. Did anyone else get that letter from John Deaton's office? I want to know, is it legit? And do I have to fill out a claim form to link to? It says we have until November, but they're consistently sending emails, so I don't know. But John Deaton says yes, he did. It is hard, though, for his office to send out an email or a letter to every customer who signed up for me to represent them pro bono. Tuesday is a very significant court hearing in the overall bankruptcy case. So if you guys aren't following John Deaton, or if maybe you got a letter and you were wondering the same thing, that is the status there for that. I also wanted to bring this up. This is an interesting story. Gemini has now filed for NASDAQ IPO, securing a $150 million Ripple credit line to strengthen finances and expand in the growing crypto market. So Gemini, guys, is getting a line of credit from Ripple. Crypto exchange Gemini has taken a big step towards going public. The company's S1 statement was released on Friday, August the 15th, so just last Friday, revealing exciting details about their plans. It marks Gemini as the latest crypto firm to pursue an initial public offering, or an IPO, in 2025. So this is just going to expand the excitement, I think, for IPOs coming later this year. Earlier, secretly, the company had filed a draft registration statement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. That was back in June. According to the filing, Gemini wishes to list its shares on the NASDAQ. The company has adapted GEMI as the ticker symbol, but it has not revealed the share price yet. This implies that investors will be forced to wait longer to get information regarding the price acquiring Gemini stock. But guys, check this out. Leading financial companies will supervise the process. The bank, the lead book runners will be Goldman Sachs, Citi, Morgan Stanley, and Cantor, and aid in the management of the offering. The decision is made as Gemini pursues the establishment of dominance in the crypto market. The Winklevoss twins founded the company that has been quite a familiar name in crypto. And in addition, an unexpected collaboration was disclosed in the filing. Gemini has received a line of credit of $150 million from Ripple, which is a heavyweight in the crypto space. This agreement, which was signed in July of 2025, gives Gemini financial leeway as it awaits its IPO. And I'm sure there was a deal there. It is linked to the Ripple stablecoin RLUSD. So it looks like they are funding that, guys, in RLUSD, which provides additional stability. The collaboration may assist Gemini in dealing with finances in the unpredictable IPO procedure. In addition, it also allows the increasing collaboration amid large crypto businesses. According to analysts, this initiative will be a trend in future transactions in this particular industry. This has made Gemini gain attention through its strategic planning. So, guys, Gemini now borrowing money from Ripple, a line of credit through the RLUSD. We may actually see more of this moving forward, just because, well, Ripple's, first of all, they've got the money. Second of all, the stablecoin is, well, it's gaining popularity. As you guys can see, Ripple's RLUSD down here in terms of market cap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now on the list, only followed by PayPal USD and First Digital. We got World Liberty Financial, that is Trump's stablecoin, just up there on the list too. Of course, the two main contenders, though, Tether and USDC in terms of market cap. But guys, Ripple's RLUSD is gaining more steam. Now we're up to 666.6 million in market cap. And Ripple keeps minting more, based on factors involving utility. And, well, of course, it all has to be collateralized. So they can't just mint more out of thin air. I could see this becoming more of a trend, guys, as companies are realizing, okay, maybe we can borrow money in the form of stablecoin now that stablecoins are regulated, and Ripple is a company we can work with to do that from. We know Ripple is slowly starting to become a bank. So, guys, it's all looking like it's all making sense to me. Ripple becomes a bank. Ripple is now lending out stable coins so that companies like Gemini can launch an IPO. They can support them financially in that way. So, I mean, it's looking quite interesting, and I would not be surprised if we saw more companies do this in the coming months. So crypto adoption really going to take off. The Coinbase IPO was really, the first one that really took off and really kind of set the standard for these crypto IPOs, these crypto companies going public. As you guys can see here, the Coinbase IPO is pretty much following the market. We did just recently see a new all-time high for Coinbase. Now it has retraced a little bit. And, as we see more of these crypto IPOs coming up, I think we're going to see more of this in the near future. So Coinbase, 28% off its all-time high. Thought that was interesting, and wanted to thank Riz for originally posting that. Guys, I also happen to see this from Smoke. Now, Andre Casterman, he is a former Swift interbank technology specialist. He has now affirmed the future role of XRP and XLM alongside government-backed digital currencies. Prior to his current role, Andre spent over 20 years with Swift, leading various technological advancements or innovations in interbank payments, corporate treasury, and trade finance. Andre acts as a board of directors in fintechs, active in trade financing and digital assets. Guys, he had a 20-year run with Swift. Now he's on the board of the ITFA. Okay, this is Andre Casterman, managing director, Casterman Advisory. He's the founder of Casterman Advisory and advises fintechs and financial institutions on trade finance. He spent 24 years at Swift specifically, leading various innovations in interbank payments, corporate treasury, and trade finance. During that time, he established an institutional partnership between Swift and the International Chamber of Commerce as well. And now, guys, he is with the ITFA, which, by the way, is the International Trade and Forfeiting Association. It's the worldwide trade association for companies, financial institutions, and intermediaries engaged in global trade, forfeiting, supply chain, and receivables financing. And that company was founded in 1999. The ITFA is an association made up of about 350 members located in over 60 countries. And guys, they bring together banks and financial institutions who are engaged in originating and distributing trade-related risk and finding creative ways to mitigate those risks. So moving the money is what it's all about. And guys, he is saying here that he believes XRP and Stellar are going to be embedded in Ripple's and IBM's propositions, respectively. So utilizing XRP and XLM in the new financial structure, that falls right in line with what the WEF was saying back in June of 2021. Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. Who remembers this paper here? I will link it in the description if you guys don't. The coins that they list here, guys, Algorand, Cardano, CeeLo, XRP, Solana, and Stellar. So XRP and Stellar continue to make an appearance in a lot of these papers, on top of which, guys, we also had this World Bank Group paper from back in November of 2021. These are older documents, but I think it really speaks volumes to what Andre Casterman is also talking about here. Stablecoins for cross-border payments. This was the document that was actually calling XRP and XLM stablecoins. Two digital currencies that fall into this category are RippleNet's native digital currency XRP and Stellar Networks' native cryptocurrency XLM. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to correspondent banking. So is it any surprise that Andre Casterman is saying the same? The fact that XLM and Stellar are going to be native to these new financial interbank technology systems, he did just affirm the role of XRP and XLM. But this could be further in the future. I mean, now we're still trading in a spec market. I mean, cryptos are following Bitcoin. Let's not let that cloud our judgment. For more information on where I think the market's going to go, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And if you guys are interested in, I don't know, maybe supporting the channel in a different way, I am offering 15% off all Working Money Channel merch. You can find the link in the description of the video. There's some great pieces here. I gotta say, I don't want to toot my own horn, but come on, the Bearable guy, chocolate brown hoodie, who can resist? Anyway, link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.